fucking drone, bro.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
My gosh.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
Look at that thing, dude.
That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not.
That is the LNS, dude.
Well, if there's like...
Look at that thing.
It's rotating.
For almost 8 decades, the United States government maintained a strict policy of denial regarding strange objects moving through restricted airspace. Officially, authorities insisted that none of these encounters meant anything anomalous. Military radar blips and civilian sightings alike were routinely dismissed. To maintain an illusion of total control, officials offered the public a stream of conventional explanations, ranging from misunderstood weather balloons to isolated episodes of mass hysteria. That tight grip on information slipped completely in 2026. Without warning, the Pentagon released more than 160 previously classified documents directly to the public. As this diagram illustrates, the data dump organized decades of unexplained aerial encounters into distinct, quantifiable categories. The release contained direct pilot testimonies, original astronaut transcripts, and raw military infrared footage. Once people began reading through the reports, they found a deeply unsettling admission. The government was not confirming the existence of aliens, but it was officially stating on the record that it could not identify many of the objects in its own databases. These 2026 files reveal a significant gap in national defense. The most heavily funded military on Earth is recording objects in its own airspace that it simply cannot identify. To understand the tension in these reports, we have to look back to November 1969. The crew of Apollo 12 was millions of miles away from Earth, surrounded by the complete silence and isolation of deep space. Staring out the spacecraft windows into pitch blackness, the astronauts noticed an anomaly. 5 bright, glowing objects were floating silently above the lunar horizon. The photographs they captured of those hovering lights remained classified for decades. Yet physics actually provides a clear, rational explanation for this specific mystery. During missions like the Apollo program, the exterior of the spacecraft naturally sheds tiny ice crystals and microscopic insulation particles. Here we see exactly how that interaction works. In the total vacuum of space, there is no atmosphere to scatter light. When intense, unfiltered sunlight strikes these drifting particles at the right angle, it reflects violently, turning microscopic debris into brilliant optical flares. To a human observing from a window, this intense reflection completely mimics the visual signature of large, glowing spacecraft holding a silent formation in the distance. The human brain naturally searches for recognizable patterns when confronted with the unknown. In a terrifying, isolated environment, simple optical physics is easily perceived as a supernatural threat. While deep space illusions are easily mapped out by science, other reports in the Pentagon release present physical realities that dismantle those logical safety nets. Consider a highly documented, incredibly strange encounter involving a U.S. Navy fighter pilot tracking a target over the Pacific Ocean. The pilot observed a distinct physical craft hovering directly above the water. It was perfectly smooth and white, completely lacking visible wings, engines, or exhaust plumes. After hovering completely motionless, the craft accelerated at speeds that defy our current understanding of aerodynamics. The Navy's most advanced fighter jets simply could not keep pace with it. Even more concerning for the military, the object generated zero heat signature. Advanced infrared cameras and targeting systems were entirely useless against a machine lacking any thermal energy. And this specific flight profile was not isolated to American airspace. Similar impossible objects have been reported simultaneously appearing and vanishing across India, Europe, and South America by both military and civilian witnesses. These global incidents reveal a specific contradiction. The objects are often clearly visible to pilots, yet they remain invisible to the very radar systems designed to track them. Unlike the optical illusions seen in orbit, these encounters involve physical objects that operate outside our current understanding of aerodynamic physics and airspace security. Officially, the Pentagon maintains a strict boundary regarding these files. They provide irrefutable data on impossible machines, but they stop short of declaring these crafts to be extraterrestrial in origin. Scientifically, however, the math supports the possibility. The Milky Way galaxy alone holds hundreds of billions of stars, greatly increasing the probability that countless Earth-like planets harbor the right conditions for advanced life. If another civilization developed out there, it could be millions of years older than our own. We might be witnessing the autonomous drones of an extinct world, silent observers watching us from the dark, or perhaps highly classified breakaway technology developed right here on Earth. The existence of these files highlights the limits of our current scientific knowledge, proving that our mastery of physics and technology is less comprehensive than many assume. Humanity still does not fully understand the skies above us. While some mysteries have simple scientific answers, others remain entirely unsolved. Somewhere between empirical science, human fear, and the sheer vastness of the unknown, the actual truth is still waiting. If you enjoyed this cinematic investigation into the Pentagon's UFO files, subscribe to Mind Frontier. We will bring you more documentaries exploring the terrifying mysteries of space, science, hidden history, and the absolute unknown.